so what we're going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and pour some molds. I said I was going to do a little bit more of the do-it molds, and I just haven't had time. So I'm going to piece this together from start to finish, kind of let y'all guys know how I do things. So anyways, I hope you enjoy the video. While I'm waiting on this to get hot, I will tell you though, there's several places you can go ahead and get your supplies. If you want to get the best quantity for your money, you need to go to Do It Molds. If you don't have the money to buy like 100 hooks or 50 hooks or something like that, then the other place that I can recommend is Lure Parts. They break them down into a lot smaller quantities. So you may want to check them out also. Now I do buy most of my molds, however, from Lure Parts. They're a lot cheaper. If I go to Do It Molds, usually it's around 50. If I go there to Lure Parts, it's around 30, 35. Now if it's a new mold that's come out and you really want it, you need to go to Do It Molds, of course. So anyways, I broke down most of my lead already. I just got some of these left over from other castings, and then I also break down my own, and or for my lead. Now I get my lead online at eBay, and I will tell you right now, that is the best bet. Most of them do have free shipping. Just all you got to do is, if it tells you if it's like 20 bucks for 10 pounds or something like that, break it down how much it is per. And if you go down to Do It Molds and or Lure Parts, you'll see that if you're going to get a lot more again for your money, get it at eBay. I have never had any problems with it. That's usually where I get it from. I have a gentleman I usually order like 50 pounds from, and I'm literally paying maybe $1 something a pound after it's broke down. So yeah, check it out. That's where I get my lead. If not, then I usually just go around and I'll pick up rather diving gear weight, and I break it also. I break it down and make sure that I cast it with some wax or something in that nature. Otherwise, it's starting to heat up. There we go. These usually melt a lot faster. Now, after you do this, this is for beginners. So, I mean, if you don't want a really long video, which I'm not trying to make it too long, just go ahead and fast forward to the parts that you want to see. Most of my molds here, I hope you can see here. You can see they're already blackened. You can do it several ways, like a lighter. Some people use a candle. For me, lighter, full blast, I'm done. Also, one of the biggest things here for this to be successful, this is going to be an Arky style jig that I'll be using. You probably really can't see it, but I'll bring it up as close as possible. And do apologize here. If I bring it at that angle, woo, okay, maybe. Let me see, let me turn this around here. There we go. Okay. So anyways, Arky style jig. This would be model ARK3 AFC. Love this. Makes awesome molds. Use it year round. This is a mold. Most of my molds that I ever buy are multi-purpose molds. I'll be able to use them year round no matter what. Anyways, biggest other key here, make sure you put that mold right there on top. You want this mold to be very hot. And then after that, what you want to do is you want to go ahead and flip it after a certain period of time. Again, if you don't get this mold hot, you're going to get half cast. An example, glad I looked in here. Prime example, you kind of look right in here, because we all make the mistakes. Gosh, I wish the lighting was better in my shop here. Around the neck, you can tell it didn't fill in that cavity all the way, okay? And a lot of times you'll end up getting that around this part in here on these molds. You really don't want that. You know, it's gonna cause it to where, you know, now you try to put a skirt on there and it's not gonna hold. So this has to be really hot in order to prevent this part right here. And will it happen? Yeah. I mean, you can pour too fast. You didn't let the lead get, you know, hot enough. There's a lot of factors that key into that. But again, number one suggestion is to make sure it's hot. It prevents it most of the time. Let me get these pins out. Now what I do with these pins, and this is a little shortcut here, and this is the part I was going to get to later. Anyways, these pins are in here pretty good. When you try to go in, if you take this directly out and you try to put in a weed guard, it's not going to fit. It's not going to be a perfect fit. So what I do normally is I'll push down going towards the hook up a little bit, and then I'll pull this right out. And so now that will be the perfect fit for me to put a weed guard right in there. And usually what I also do is I'll have some test weed guards out, and then that way I can slide that in. Boom. And you can see right there that fits in very pretty. And so now it's just a matter of some super glue. I don't use the super glue gel. It has to be super glue or some other type of epoxy. Anyways, I always check it before I move on to the next one. That way I don't have to worry about you know, getting to it later and then all of a sudden now the weed guard don't fit. That's the biggest headache there. I mean, that's awesome. Even though I've been doing this for a while, that's starting to get some smoke. It is melting. Look at that. You can see that. Yes. Flip it over. We're not done yet. See, this one here being stubborn already. I'll pull that back out, stick that exact same pin back in there. Make sure you get it in. You don't want to partially put it in. You want to put it in exactly the way it was, in the depth that it was. Otherwise you won't get a nice fit when the V-guard goes down back in there. And you can feel it click. When you get it right, you'll feel it like click in there. It's not going to stay in there, but it clicks in there. And then it'll stay in it, you know, it'll make that hold right in there. And then you know it's pretty good. Feel inside. That's not even close. So put it back on there, let it sit a little bit longer as well.